1893, a lone monk from India arrived in Chicago, hungry, unknown, exhausted. In the wealthy Gold Coast neighborhood, he knocked on door after door, only to be turned away. Yet, he walked on. At last, at 1415 North Dearborn, Mrs. Ellen Hale saw him, weary but radiant, and welcomed him as her own. From this home, the doors of the Parliament opened, and soon the West would hear his fearless cry,
"Sisters and brothers of America."
During the Parliament, Swamiji also stayed at the Lyons home at 262 Michigan Avenue, just steps from the Art Institute. Here, the Lyons family welcomed him as one of their own. Today, the home is gone, replaced by the towering Hilton Chicago. But if you stand there and listen closely, you might hear the quiet footsteps of the monk who changed the world. Years later, Swamiji returned. At 1210 North Astor, the Hale family welcomed him again. Here, in a quiet parlor, he spoke not to crowds, but to friends, the same boundless wisdom shared with warmth and intimacy. At the Art Institute of Chicago, in the Hall of Columbus, now replaced by Fullerton Hall, Swamiji's words thundered with a power that transcended time. He spoke of unity, of strength, and of the divinity within every soul. He spoke too at the Women's Building, honoring the dignity and strength of women, at a time when few even dared. He walked the grounds of the Art Palace, now the Museum of Science and Industry, a solitary monk among the crowds, carrying a vision as vast as the sky. From the Hale home, Swamiji strolled through Lincoln Park, even babysitting for a family friend. And by the moonlit shore of Lake Michigan, his mind began to merge in Brahman. Suddenly, Sri Ramakrishna appeared within and reminded him of his mission to serve. At Cobb Hall, he spoke at the University of Chicago, introducing timeless truths to eager minds, planting seeds that still live today. Within the Auditorium Building, in the Florence Adams Room, Swamiji held daily classes in January of 1895. Here, the crowds were smaller, but his impact was no less profound. Students gathered not for lectures alone, but to sit at the feet of one who lived his message. And within these walls, wisdom was not only taught, it was transmitted. From Dearborn Station, Swamiji traveled across America, but always returned to Chicago, his first home in the West and his spiritual battlefield. At the Hotel Richelieu, he spoke before the Ladies' Fortnightly Club. At Hull House, among reformers and seekers, Swamiji spoke of India's spiritual wealth, bridging East and West in a single room. Even beyond the city, in Hinsdale, his words filled the Unitarian Church to overflowing, proof that truth knows no boundaries. In Evanston, at the homes of Harbert and Bradley, Swamiji spoke not in grand halls, but in living rooms, where wisdom flowed as easily as conversation. And in Highland Park, at the home of Elisha Gray, Swamiji dined with scientists and inventors. These streets, these buildings, are not just history. They bear silent witness to a monk who came not to convert, but to awaken. Walk where he walked. Stand by this lake, and you may still feel it, the fearless strength of his voice, calling us still to remember who we truly are.